I'm Brigadier Shane Coy, Commander of the 3rd Brigade here in Townsville. Since 2008, the Army has played this annual game against the Palm Island community in Rugby League in commemoration of Corporal Bill Coolburra.
There's a local man here who served in many different wars, and a man that's very, very highly respected on the island and very respected in the Army ranks.
Now, Bill was a local boy here from Palm Island, grew up on Palm Island, who went off and joined the Australian Army in the 60s. Subsequently served in Borneo, Vietnam, Malaya and Singapore. In fact, served 17 years in the Australian Army. Bill probably had a few loves in life. Obviously, Edna, his wife, and his children were his foremost.
My husband was a sapper in the Army, first of the combat troop into Vietnam.
Bill really exemplified what we in the Australian Army hold dear as our values. That is courage, initiative, teamwork and respect. Bill displayed all of those characteristics right through his Army career, both on operations, overseas and service here in Australia.
And he also born and bred on Palm Island.
Flying in this morning, water smooth, just flat, and it looks a lot like where I come from, except it's surrounded by a beautiful ocean. He
loved the fact that he came from and grew up here on Palm Island, and he was very proud of that fact. He loved his service in the Australian Army, and he was very proud of that. He was always an avid rugby league player and follower. So, he saw, later when he left the Army, an opportunity through sport, rugby league and other sports, as a way for young people to get involved, to have a focus and a pathway that they could use to position themselves and develop those skills and attributes they would need in life. So he saw sport as a great way that young Indigenous, particularly youth, could really get involved in activities in the community. The response we get from the communities both here in Palm Island and in Townsville is fantastic.
Well, every time when they come, they always show their respect from the Army. They show their respect, and they border me, and I feel proud and I feel happy, for them, and they feel happy and proud. It's the respect, went a long way. Bill respect went a long way. Keep going, keep going!
So tell me about you watching the game?
They're just good. Skippy, my team, they better keep on skipping.
Both teams are very, very keen. You can see the passion in their eyes, and whilst they were out there playing, you can see the passion. They really wanted to win this trophy named after Bill. And the game was a pretty tight game. It ended up 32 to the Army Thunder.
What I'd like to see is not only through rugby league but through other sporting initiatives, we continue to build the links and the bonds between the Australian Defence Force, the Australian Army and Indigenous communities right through Australia.
I was honoured for DVA to come along and asked me to be one of their champions to basically spread the word about what services available for them out there.
Respect for Bill goes a long way.
Yeah, it's a fantastic story, his life story. He certainly had a life worth living and he lived it to the full, and he provided a great service and sacrifice to our nation, and particularly was a great leader and role model for Indigenous people.
When free